Another good friend of the Bastard Den. Haven't seen you in a while, man, but you're back. You did some comedy for us, I think, at our birthday bash.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3.0, maybe.
Oh, Madtown Bash 3. That's
go.
right.
There you go.
Mr. Rick Yoose is in the house. What's up, Rick?
I've been on the lam since then. That's why you haven't seen me. I still got some charges pending, but...
Is that from Madtown Bash or what?
Well, I don't really want to go into specifics, but I think I'm safe out here on the north side. You guys don't get hassled by the police out here too much.
You
There.
the Popo got other things to handle around here.
This guy's full of it. You should see his little domestic life. It's adorable. It's full of it.
Everybody's safe on the north side, by the way. I just like to make that, the north side is where it's at.
Family.
I think so. So, Rick, you may or may not know this, but I'm kind of a fantasy football buff.
Oh, you are?
Is that something that you like to get into?
Oh, God, it's amazing that you should ask me that, Eric. I love fantasy football. Love it.
Natural.
I'm a nerd. I'm in 5 leagues this year.
5?
I'm in 5 fantasy
Makes
football
me feel
leagues.
small.
And here's the thing. I love playing fantasy football, but I hate talking to other dudes about fantasy football.
Well,
Let's
so
do
much
that.
for our conversation.
And done.
Because, like your fantasy football team, and I'm sure you've had this happen, it's one of those things that's, like, it's very interesting, it's very important to you. But, like, if you try talking to another guy about your fantasy football team, you realize it, like, it's very personal. Like, it's one of those things that, like, everybody likes doing it, but nobody wants to hear it described in graphic detail.
That's right.
It's kind of like masturbation in that regard. So, like, try this out. The next time you're, like, sitting at a bar, minding your own business, and, like, some guy, like, starts pointing at the TV like a monkey, and he's like, oh, dude, right there. Adrian Peterson. Oh, dude, he just fumbled on the 1-yard line, and now I'm going to lose my game, and I'm not going to make the playoffs.
And that's good because he's a Viking.
That's true. So fuck that
But
guy.
that doesn't matter in
anyway.
fantasy
Fuck
football.
that. But if that guy does that to you, you can come right back at him with, hey, yeah, that's awesome. By the way, most times I like to go raw dog. But
How do you masturbate not raw dog?
But every now and then,
There are ways.
I enjoy a nice lubricant, Adam Waldron.
Oh.
Yeah, like I'll take a paw full of Jergens and just rub that all over myself until I make a love explosion all over my tummy. And then when he looks at you like, Jesus Christ, you're just like, yeah, dude, that's not that fun to listen to, is it?
No,
And then he can be like, neither's your fantasy football story. Shut the fuck up. I don't care.
I got my own, and I'm not sharing them either.
I don't care.
That'd be a good way to get rid of him,
Yeah.
Don't try
I
it.
thought he was whipping out a condom. Like, I hear raw dog, and I thought you were protecting yourself from yourself. Like,
Well,
I thought,
some guys do that. I've heard that,
that's weird.
Yeah. Well, it's cleaner. It's cleanliness is right next to godliness. I don't know.
Or
No,
just
but you get it.
just
It's
do it in
not
the shower.
cleaner. It's what clearly.
Take it in the shower,
This
you
is a
know?
man with ideas. Here's what I'm saying about
Have you ever?
masturbating.
This is obviously a guy that's never had to clean out a shower drain.
I
That's
love.
clogged with hair and
I love that you said people don't want to talk about masturbation. Then we jump into a heavy, deep conversation about masturbation. The thing about the condom,
It's
that
comedy, Adam.
The
It's
thing-
comedy.
the thing that grosses me out about the condom situation is, okay, so you do a tissue. That's it. That's done. That's cleanly. That's good. This you've given yourself an awful coating of just awful.
And you made a mess, man.
yeah, but like. If you do it with a condom on, then you don't have to get out of bed afterwards. You can just lay there.
How do you not have to get out of bed? You got a bag on your wiener. That's
Well,
a
you
situation.
You just throw it on the floor like any other day.
You could always just get like a Ziploc baggie and
store them.
These
Oh.
are
yeah,
It's temporary.
these are
December
terrific
19th,
ideas.
1979.
Oh,
Look at this.
I didn't know what I was unleashing on the Bastard Den with
They're
my
all
fantasy football
Labeled
masturbation
and
story.
categorized.
oh,
Was thinking of
Someday,
Marilyn Monroe.
son, these will be yours.
these are for you.
That's what I'm handing down to you.
These are your
Someday
brothers and
these-
sisters.
Someday these will be you, son. Some days these will be you. This is when I was at my most potent.
Did you go to the Badger game on Saturday, Rick?
No, I
No?
didn't.
Did you go to
actually.
Harvest Fest on Saturday?
I was not at Harvest Fest either. I'm not much of a pot smoker.
Okay.
And
When I'll hit?
No, see that's the thing. Like I understand it. Like I get it. Like it's not my thing. I can tell that some of you guys, maybe it is your thing.
I'm pointing at Jim right now in
Jimmy,
case you can't see this.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about.
If Jimmy doesn't smoke, his hair does for sure. Very clearly.
Dude, I have people running after me on the street wanting samples of my hair so they get stoned or tripping off something later on.
THC.
I don't know why,
It stays
though.
in there.
I had a bug come out of there and bite me. I was messed up for 4 days.
Out of my hair?
Yeah.
Wow, man.
It's
I
nasty.
better take
I
a
got
shower.
stories that I'm not even going to tell you.
Right.
But like the thing is, like, yeah, it's never been like my thing, and I think the reason for it is like, you know, when you first start doing it, either it catches you or it doesn't. And like the first times I smoked with one of those guys that, like, he'd get me high and fuck with me like it was his job. Like he was getting paid to make me paranoid and goofy.
So he would offer to get you baked
Yeah.
and then just attack you.
Exactly. His name was Seth, and he was a little bit of a dealer. Nice guy, but like the first time he got me high, as shit, and he played the song Crimson and Clover by Tommy James and the Shondells.
Sure.
And if you don't know that song, it's the one where like the last minute and a half of it is just Crimson and Clover over and over. And he put that shit on repeat for like 45 minutes.
Oh, my God.
And I'm laying on the floor of his basement just like staring at my hands like exactly. Like I get a contact high every time I hear this fucking song. Like, it's just like I'm getting lightheaded just thinking about it.
Here, let's just enjoy this for a second. All right, that's enough of that.
Crimson and Clover. But like eventually I'm like, dude, like how long have we been listening to this song? And he's like, I just started it like 30 seconds ago. What the fuck are you talking about? And it was shit like that he would do to me like constantly. And like the worst thing that Seth ever did to me was the day that we graduated from high school. He got me high as shit, and he took me to see The Matrix.
Oh,
Now, I don't know like what kind of age demographics we're dealing with in the Bastard Den here, but if you have any younger viewers, basically The Matrix was like the movie Inception, only instead of suits and ties, they wore leather bondage gear. Basically the same thing. And like I didn't know anything about the movie The Matrix. This was like, keep in mind, this was 1999, you know.
Mind-blowing film, first time you saw it.
Exactly. And then like 1999, the internet was hotmail.com and Ask Jeeves. That was it. That was all the internet was. So like a movie could come out and you'd never heard of it before.
Sure.
It's like a foreign concept nowadays. But back then it's like, yeah, we should go see The Matrix. And he'd seen it already. So he knew what he was getting me into. So he got me baked as shit, and he took me to my little hometown movie theater to see The Matrix. Me and Adam did a show there. We did a show there one time. Like one of those great big old movie houses, you know, one screen movie theaters.
Yeah.
Got me baked as shit, and he took me to see The Matrix. And like the first, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, I'm all in. Like I'm invested. I'm like
you become part of the screen.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, this is the most amazing thing I have ever seen in my life. And I made it all the way to the point where, and I'm not sure if you're that familiar with the movie or not, but I made it all the way to the point where Morpheus is explaining the Matrix to Neo, and he's like showing him the fields where they harvest all the human beings, and he says, all of this so they can turn a human being into one of these. And he holds up a Duracell battery. And I'm like, fuck it! I'm out! I'm out!
Did you really roll?
I said, that's all I can do. I'm leaving. And I got up and I ran out the aisle of this movie, trying to be inconspicuous. You know, I ran as fast as I could to the lobby of this movie theater, and I
wanted to do the same thing.
I got out to the lobby. And I had to stop in the bathroom and puke because apparently pot makes me puke, which is something that's good to know about myself. And I'm in there and I'm throwing up in the bathroom of this little one-screen movie theater, and I could hear the girl, like the popcorn girl, out in the lobby. She's on the phone with somebody, and she's like, yeah, there's a guy in the bathroom. I'm pretty sure he's throwing up. And like, I didn't know if she was talking to like the manager or the cops or Agent Smith. You know, I had no fucking idea. So I'm like, gotta get the hell out of here. So I got up and I went outside and I started walking, and I walked back to my buddy Seth's house because he lived a lot closer to the movie theater than my house at the time. And it was raining, and like I'm walking in the rain, and I get back to his house and I knock on the door, and his mom comes and she takes one look at me and she's like, Jesus. Like, what? Because like the whole way I'd been walking in the range just thinking, none of this is real. None of this is real.
Should have taken the
Nice.
blue pill.
I'm not actually here right now. And she's like, are you okay? You're home awfully soon from the movie. And I'm like, yeah, I don't feel good. I need to lay down. And she's like, okay, that's fine. I was just watching TV. You can come in and lay down on the couch for a little while if you want to. I'm like, all right, good. So I go in, I lay down on the couch, I close my eyes so tight. She's watching TV. Now she's watching this show on HBO, and I don't know if you're familiar with the show or not, but it was pretty popular at the turn of the century. It was called Autopsy on HBO.
I don't never seen it.
no.
If you don't remember the show, it was a show about autopsies.
Weird.
That's what they did. They did autopsies, and they talked about autopsies, which, in the state of mind that I was in, is fucked up enough. But, do you know who narrated the show Autopsy?
I'm just going to throw a name out there and say it was Keanu Reeves.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence
Fishburne.
fucking Fishburne narrated the show Autopsy. So I'm laying on this lady's couch with my eyes closed so tight, and I'm thinking, I never left the fucking movie theater.
The funny thing is, as much as it sounds like what you're talking about, Seth, he knew that she'd be watching
Oh,
that.
absolutely.
I think
he
he
set
did.
that
I
up.
think he put it up.
Yeah.
I think he
set
put
that
her up to it.
Wherever you went, there was going to be something to do with Matrix.
So I'm laying there. I'm laying there with my eyes closed so tight, and I'm like, I'm still at the movie theater. I'm going to open my eyes. I'm going to be back at the movie theater. The fucking machines know that I'm onto them.
Right,
They're trying
right.
to reset their shit. And then where it really got weird is Seth's mom got on the couch next to me,
Uh-oh.
Oh.
and she started spooning me.
No.
And I said, Jesus
Whoa.
Christ, Seth's mom, why are you spooning me right now? And she said, the thing to remember, Rick, is that there is no spoon.
Oh, he brought it back around.
Wow.
Nicely done, sir.
Circle closes.
He brought it back.
That is excellent.
That's
Nicely
awesome.
done, man. Hey, Rick, where can we see you out in the clubs? What's coming up in your calendar here, man?
Well, let's see, what's this coming weekend? It's the 8th of October.
Yes.
We're doing a pending show in some place in Portage, perhaps.
Kind of love those pending shows.
I
The
have
people
no-
aren't TBA. The show is
Is
to
T-
be announced.
Yeah. I don't know if that's actually going to happen or not. But if you're in the Portage area, we may or may not be doing a show somewhere near you this weekend on Saturday. Other than that, I'm going to be, let's see.
You got to watch out for those people in Columbia County, man.
God, they're crazy, aren't
Yeah.
they? So close to the prison and the swamp. It's nuts up there.
Between the prison and the swamp, people just go crazy.
And then the weekend of the 15th, I'm going to be at Yoder's Rockville Bar in Rockville, Wisconsin, and also the Ellenboro Saloon in Ellenboro, Wisconsin. I will not be performing, but I will be getting drunk. So if anybody's around
That's
those
better.
areas,
Trust me,
they
that's
wanna-
better.
They want to stop by.
That's better.
They
Ask
can-
him about the time his brother shoved a rabbit pellet up his nose. Ask him about that.
Film at 11.
You mean right now?
No,
No.
no.
We might have time
Like,
for that later.
you could just ask him.
It's the best story I've ever heard in my life.
I already did a 4.5-minute Matrix joke. So.
You blew your wad,
Yeah,
man.
I did.
Where'd you store it in?
That's what I like about Rick is it's so current. You know.
Rick, where are you on? Are you on Facebook, MySpace? Got a webpage?
You can find me on Facebook.com. And also, my website is www.natebjork.com. So go there. And Bjork is spelled B-J-O-R-K. And
So is most of the things he does.
yeah, there won't be absolutely anything about me on there. But Nate's a good buddy of mine, so fucking